allow the children.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, oh, my ego don't come, oh, my ego diary politico, oh, my ego don't come, oh, this man not the off in mind, oh, my ego don't come, oh, aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, my ego. You go show on a paper. My ego diary political. So my people make you shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we laugh, oh, yo. Come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo.
Hello there, brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. And thank you very much again. If you have read beyond the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, then like it, share it, invite your friends and your not so friendly friends and tell them to join us. The Mayegun is live. Mayegun today. Tonight, I am going to pretty much open the phone, the line, for a lot of us who want to probably react to the current development, especially from what we heard yesterday as part of the demands of the terrorists that took these 46 school children and their teachers from Oriire local government area of Oyo State. It was the speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly that hinted on what the terrorists are demanding as part of what they will probably take to start a negotiation for the release of the children they kidnapped. And these conditions are now looking more like, indeed, the terrorism that is about to envelop Yorubaland, right? It's not just coming from the outside. There were insiders in Yorubaland who have been waiting for possibly a moment like this when they can possibly join their fellow jihadists coming from the Sahel. I mean, from the blues last year. It wasn't the first time. About 2 years ago, they started this narrative, this campaign for Sharia to be implemented in Yorubaland. And in fact, it was more or less like a project commissioned at the time that whether we liked it or not, we're supposed to actually take it. To the point that some who are actually Muslims in Yorubaland were also taken aback, like why the sudden push for Sharia law in Yorubaland. I mean, we have seen what it is like in northern part of Nigeria. And we have also seen some, in the recent times, the growing extremism, or this group of extremists in Yorubaland becoming emboldened, making public threats against their fellow Yorubas simply because they are not Muslims. Now, this we have been dealing with, but we just never thought a time will come where we would have to be dealing with homegrown terrorists or terror enablers. So these terrorists who took children from Oyo State schools, children, according to the Speaker of Oyo State, and some of the information out there right now is that they have made their demands known. And as part of their demands, they are asking the Oyo State government to pay ₦1 billion to an account they're going to provide for them in Benin Republic. ₦1 billion. They also wanted the government of Oyo State to procure arms and ammunition, that is to go and buy guns for them. They also want the government of Oyo State to provide them 2 Hilux two Hilux trucks, or those pickup trucks, right? They are also asking the Oyo State government to release all of the arrested, detained terrorists, Fulani terrorists in Oyo State prison. We don't know the number. We don't even know how many of them there are in prison. Because if the Oyo State government, who briefed us and told us that over 200 Amotekuns have been killed by these people, that means probably there are fights that were never really made public. And if the terrorists have now concluded that they couldn't break them out of prison, maybe because Ibadan is too populated, they can't go to Ibadan and break some of these prisons, right? So they want the Oyo State government to release, we have no real names, right? They want Oyo State government to release all the terrorists locked up in any prison in Oyo State. Yeah? And then, man, this is mental, right? So the Oyo State government practically just said, well, no, like ignore them. So right now, we have no idea what the fate of these children and their teachers will be, or what the future actually holds. So that's where we're going to start from. And I'm going to replay this clip of that speaker.
Everything that is necessary for them to bring these children and teachers back. If it was up to you, would you negotiate with terrorists? If terrorists ask for weapons, they ask for money, they ask for concession on future laws of this land as part of their ransom, if you are the governor, would you accept those ransom? Would you accept for those people to be integrated into that community? We don't know the details. So please, let's be sensitive and calm. You do not know the details.
Sorry, bro. I don't think, Yeah, we should be sensitive, but being calm is at this point by choice. So Gumi was invited to the university to a lecture at the University of Ibadan, where the advocacy for this Sharia, the importance of Sharia, and why the Muslims are meant to only operate under Sharia law. Like Muslims operating under different laws is completely against their faith and their belief. So Gumi was invited to UI by some of these Islamic terrorists in Yorubaland, all these Islamic, what do you call them? All these wannabe terrorists in Yorubaland, all right? So they invited him, and he came and he gave a speech enough that the Yoruba Muslims, he said the Yoruba Muslims are being oppressed in Yorubaland. That's what he said. He said the Yoruba Muslims are being oppressed in Yorubaland. They couldn't even have their own voice. They couldn't have their own say. They wanted Sharia, and yet the others who are not, the non-Muslims are using all of their positions, their power to oppress the Muslims in the South. I mean, Yorubaland. He actually released a statement like that. Now, terrorists who went to Ibadan, I have actually observed the image of the math teacher that they killed, right? I observed that. And what was that? They handcuffed the guy before they beheaded him. Those who took the children and the teachers, they never had any negotiation or whatever whatsoever. They kidnapped them. And then the 2 days after, they beheaded one. Now, their condition is that they want part of Oyo State allocated to them. And they want future concession, which is an indirect one, which means even though you probably have this opposition to Sharia law, but they want Sharia law in Oyo State. They want it in Osun State. The proponents and the sponsor and some of these guys are based in Ogbomoso, Oyo, and then part of Ibadan. Most of them are very much in Iwo, Osun State. So the government ordinarily should actually be looking into these people's finances. Gumi, a terrorist. Now, this is not even like an allegation right now. Sheikh Gumi was arrested by the Saudi authority. You know, Gumi was living in Saudi Arabia. He was a lecturer in one of their universities in Saudi Arabia. And then they said, because of his, extremism kind of like a ways, right? He was arrested. They said he was grooming students, right? In the most un-Islamic way, like, extremist ways, terrorism ways. There are record of this. Gumi was arrested and imprisoned in Saudi Arabia. It was Nigerian government using their own back channel, this and that they should release him to them. Gumi returned back to Nigeria, right? Opened his shop like his own father, who was also working with Tafawa Balewa back then, right? Opened his shop in northern Nigeria and continued the same preaching. But in Nigeria, well, he is very much welcomed. You get that now? Then Gumi traveled to Saudi Arabia for Hajj. The Saudi authority detained him. They didn't allow him to enter their country the first time. That was last year. Again this year. So they stopped him. They deported him back to Nigeria. Right? And I think a few weeks or so ago, there's a report that it was also turned back from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is where where Muslims goes to for their, for their pilgrimage, Hajj. It is where they have the Holy Land, the Holy Mecca, and you know what I mean? They do not want to have anything to do with Gumi. They said Gumi promotes acts of terrorism in such a way that it is a stain on Islam. This are the Arabs. But that same Gumi is embraced in Nigeria, in Yorubaland. And there are people who wanted the same Gumi that goes into the den of the terrorists, telling the rest of us that we have to live with them. They are going nowhere. There's nothing anybody can do about it. It's either we accept them or we have to accept the way they deal with us. So we now have the Yorubas. This is another one. Oh. We now have the Yorubas who are publicly saying their Islam, their religion supersedes who they are, their Yorubaness. I'm a Yoruba man, right? I mean, I didn't choose to be born a Yoruba man, okay? So, well, I'm a Yoruba man. I can't change where I am born or who probably gives birth to me, right? I can't. I can change my religion. I can choose if I want to be religious, if I don't want to be religious. But as a Yoruba man, I am trained, raised to respect everybody's beliefs. Whatever you want to do, please go ahead. That's how I grew up. Now, I have now seen some these lunatic, extremist Yorubas, especially on social media. And you can easily tell them, these are the terrorist enablers. These are the ones that proudly said, I mean, one even said, his Muslim brothers are more dear to him than his own blood brothers in Yorubaland. Yeah, that he trusts his Muslim brothers than his own blood brother who is a non-Muslim. So, okay, if this terrorist comes to attack Yorubaland, shouting Allah Akbar, which side would you be? And the guy said, well, number one, their Islam doesn't support act of terrorism or taking anybody's life. So, but your Islam supports you to lie. Even if you have to kill somebody and just give reasons for killing them. Oh, that's what you need, right? Now, you see these extremists who mostly are meant to actually be, well, they're extremists, so they are not meant to, okay? But as Yorubas, you would expect them to say, well, I'm Yoruba first too. I mean, this is my own kind of like ancestry. You get what I mean? But they have removed that from some of these people, and they are raising these extremists in Yorubaland. Now, extremists, the terrorists, who took these children, from what we have now gathered, is mostly organized. Organized, as some are trying to make us believe that it's organized to embarrass Kolu Tinumbu. Now, the others are making us realize that they did this because they wanted us to know that it is either we accept that Sharia or we just have to live with the terrorism. But guess what? 12 states in northern part of Nigeria practices Sharia. They are among the poorest, where they actually have the poorest of the poorest, where you have the terrorism in the, I mean, in what they call the industrial scale. So if you have to look for any sort of like example of not to ever have or get yourself involved in any of this their Islamic extremism, right? Then you have to use the Northern Nigeria's example. They lie just as, I don't know, they lie so much enough that they look so shameless too. They will tell you that their Sharia doesn't affect non-Muslims. That is a lie. If you remember Deborah, she's a Christian. She was never to be judged by any Sharia jargons of these people, right? But guess what? They said he insulted their prophet. They burnt her alive. And when the government finally pretended that they wanted to prosecute these guys, 52 lawyers from northern part of Nigeria, Islamic, all these Islamists, they came out to defend the killers. You know what ended it? Police dropped the case, or they didn't even show up at all. So the judge threw out the case. Deborah died in vain. She is not a Muslim, but she was killed by those who felt like because Sharia, you know what I mean? And we have those in Yorubaland who can't wait to actually do that too. And that's where the problem is. Because as Yorubas, there is a chance that even your own brother who is a Muslim, because what they have done now is that they have gotten to a stage where, this their Sharia to them is like this massive or powerful instruments that once they have it, they are just going to now be like wielding us left, right, or center. You know what I mean? Like beating people up on the street, shooting, nightclubs or bars, or you know what I mean? Those mad behaviors. Okay. So, but it's Yorubaland. So if there's going to be probably any first civil war in that regard, if it gets to that stage, it's going to be between the Yorubas, because you are going to have those who are your own brothers or sisters who are Muslims too, that are going to gather together and beat the hell out of you. I understand that somehow, this is politically sponsored, funded, and therefore the recurrence of these messages here and there is not just coincidence, right? But now that they have decided to play their extremism with the lives of our children, but that's a different ball game. It is a different ball game, because if they make setting up Sharia in Oyo State as part of the conditions for releasing the children they took from Yorubaland, or giving them 1 billion naira, or supplying them weapons, or buying them trucks, and every other thing they listed, then there is a chance that they will probably have to attempt to kidnap more. And that is also going to work in contrast, like it's going to work against them. As it is going right now, things are already about to get out of hand. And yeah, it's about to get out of hand. Getting out of hand simply means the Yorubas that I know, and some of you are already seeing or experiencing as we speak, are beginning to go after those that look like those they suspected as the terrorists that are about to terrorizing Yorubaland, kidnapping children or even killing children will come with its own consequences, and that consequences can be very extreme. Before the terrorists in the forest can even be touched, there are those who are the innocents in the town. And you see, that's another one. While they are doing their best to break Yorubaland from within by using this religion, extremism, and the rest of that, and even terrorism, okay, our people are therefore going to take it even beyond just those who are sponsoring them, the enablers. The innocent are going to face that. I mean, they're going to face the wrath of the people too. And when it gets to that stage, remember, the Northerners themselves will begin to feel like to reciprocate. So slowly but surely, Nigeria will head to that total damnation. Some already said that Nigeria is a damned zoo. But I mean, in reality, slowly and surely, Nigeria will slide into that full state of anarchy, lawlessness, enough that you probably won't need the government anymore at that point. So we are meant to be worried, okay? If using money, using their federal might, using their Satan of Shokoto's influence, and then, using the threat that Yorubaland will be terrorized. And all of that probably didn't work until they decided that, you know what, let's actually activate the terrorism and probably force the hands of the government. But how is that going to happen now? So your state is going to get up one day and they will say, you know what, because we want peace, right? Let us give this part of your state to this terrorist to settle down, and they can practice their Sharia there, because that's part of what they're asking for. They want the state to allocate lands for them. So the point now is that who are these people? Like, you are going to do this, all right? And the Oyo State government will say, you know what, for peace to reign, we are going to, we are going to abide by their, we're going to kind of follow their demand or accept their demands, right? So you guys are not going to come out to come and accept the document that says this part of your state, we are giving it to you in Yorubaland, just like that, by kidnapping our children. Or how many more are they going to actually really kidnap before they probably will send the terror? Because that's what they want to do. Send the terror down their spine, make everybody feel shaken, worried, which is kind of like playing so far, right? But our reaction is what I don't think they will be prepared for, in my own opinion. Our reaction, because that reaction is already taking place and nobody can control it. As you are hearing people being almost lynched or mobbed, left, right, and center, in reaction to what is now the terror they brought to Yorubaland. So they are not probably prepared for what our reactions will be. But if their plan is to start kidnapping our children so that they can force our hands to have a Sharia and a part of Oyo State for these terrorists to start with, what other part of Yorubaland are they going to use the same tactic, or are planning to use the same tactic as we speak, to force their hands to begin to have a rethink? They have targets, by the way. And from what I gathered as well, it is said that while Tifnumbu was meeting with all these terrorists up north, doing his Muslim ticket and the rest, they said he agreed that his government will allow the introduction of a Sharia into the southwest of Nigeria. That means they should go and try their luck. Do you get that now? So Tinubu is your president today. And right now, Yorubaland is talking about Sharia this or Sharia that. That's concerning, isn't it? So, whether Kolu agreed with them that they could come and try their Sharia in Yorubaland, we know where their primary targets are. First, Oyo State, especially Oyo State. Because their plan is to kill as many Yorubas as possible in those villages, or chase as many of them as possible away from those border villages, which actually borders, Kwara. So if you look at all of the Kwara South, where this terrorism in Kwara State is very strong, where out of maybe 6 or 7 local government areas, more than 90% of these local government areas have witnessed several ceaseless attacks. Okay? And these communities are Yoruba communities. Okay? So as they are chasing them down, they are chasing them to Oyo. So now that they have already started taking over the farm settlements, taking over the forest in Oyo North, it simply means they are creating their own space, fiefdom. All those Nupe side area, yeah, they are creating their space down like that. So once they chase everybody away from those communities, those villages, and make them ghost villages, ghost towns, right? Nobody will ever go there anymore. So at that point, they strongly believe that they can start probably their Yoruba caliphate there first, before they now move into the interland of Yorubaland, using the same tactic, violence. You know? So today, in what I think he believed is his own measures, right, to curb the insecurity, Sheyi Makinde announced the, what do you call it, that thing again, ban on Okada from a certain time in the evening to a certain time in the morning, and a few other things he said. This was Makinde this morning.
We will not relent until our teachers and children are returned safely home. Every day they remain in captivity is a painful day for their families, their communities, and all of us in Oyo State. I want to assure our people that efforts are ongoing around the clock, and that the safe return of those abducted remains a top priority of this administration. They have not been forgotten, and they have not been abandoned. We may not be able to disclose every step being taken because of the sensitive nature of the operations involved, but I ask our people not to mistake our silence for inaction. A great deal of work is being done behind the scenes, and we remain fully engaged with all relevant security agencies. With the signing of this executive order, we are also introducing additional measures to enhance security across our states. Consequently, the operations of commercial motorcycle operators, popularly known as Okada riders, will now be restricted between the hours of 10:30 p.m. and 5:30 a.m. throughout Oyo State. We can create laws and regulations, but their success ultimately depends on the cooperation of our people. This is another opportunity to remind us all that security is a shared responsibility. If you see something, say something, and authorities will do something. Our toll-free emergency contact numbers remains 615. Please call 615 free of charge. We will not relent.
So that was a Makinde. Right now, I mean, I probably don't expect them to disclose all they are doing in rescuing the children. And sometimes it just seemed like they're not doing anything per se. You know, like maybe they just want to wait it out, right? Where they will just wait for something else to happen, distract everybody again until we start reminding you that your children are still there, or your children are still there. You know what I mean? But if the demands of these terrorists, as it's made public, if their demands are the official demands, then the answer of the state government is obviously no. So then what's going to happen next? Are we going to wake up tomorrow? Are we going to wake up any of these days and we're just going to have to deal with the images, right? The images of all these children slaughtered or what? Gumi told us that they are going nowhere.
They are going nowhere. They are part of us and we are part of them. We must live with them. We can't drive them away, and they can't drive us away. They are our neighbors, so we should never allow them to be our enemies. And if our enemy mistakes by our actions, we have turned them into enemies, then we are finished. Because our real enemy will use them against us. As your real enemy will use your neighbor against you, and nobody knows your secret more than your neighbor. He knows when you come back and when you go out. So we should never allow herdsmen to be our enemies.
Do you all remember that? He told us that the Fulanis and these terrorists, they are our neighbors. They watch us go out. They watch us come in. So therefore, it is better we befriend them, we cooperate with them, or our enemies will use them against us. So who is using them right now? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello, good evening, my brother.
Oh, good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is Ruben. I wanted to call yesterday, but due to certain reasons, I couldn't call. But, you know, with all the things that's been going on since yesterday now, you know, one thing is I think our security, they are weak. Because out of that, those things that these terrorists say they want, like they want $1 billion being paid into one certain account in Benin Republic.
That's right.
By this time, I believe the federal government or your state government and that account number in Benin Republic, they should have linked together. Somebody must own that account. Because number one, let me tell you how this thing works. You see that kind of account where they will pay $1 billion to, it's not going to be a personal account.
No.
It has to be a business account. Because large amount of money like that cannot go into a personal account of somebody. So it has to be a business account. So they need to trace that account. They could have baked them and say, okay, we are going to pay that $1 billion. But let them send the account details. At least the account will have like IBAN number. Because if you want to transfer a larger, because they are transferring that kind of a money to another country's account. So they will need what they call IBAN number. That's an international bank transfer, this thing. Every account have that. Even you yourself, your account in UK, you have your own personal IBAN.
Yep.
It's for international transfer. So they could trace that and know who owns that account. From there, you that person up. That is how you'll be getting these people one by one. Then number two, they need to, by this time around, Sheikh Makinde, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he himself is scared of certain people because by now, VC of UI should have been arrested.
But they will have to have evidence that they are involved. You know what I mean? Like they can't pick anybody up just like that.
They can pick anybody up. Let me tell you how they can pick them up.
Okay.
Before they can choose a hall, whether Moremi Hall or whether Awo Hall or, in UI, any event that is taking place in any higher institution, the VC must know about it. Are you telling me VC will know? Obviously, VC will know. So he needs to be arrested. Iwo must be arrested. Oluwo must be arrested. They are the organizer. That's number one. Then, furthermore, you see, if Nigeria is a working country by this time, all these DSS that will say I don't know what they are doing, to be honest. Are you telling me? Is it not one network that Gumi will be using? If it is America, you see, Gumi's number will have been hacked for the past 2 years because they will have been monitoring who are those people this guy talk to every single day. Who called him? Or who did he call every day? They will be piling everything together. They will have tapped his phone to listen to all his conversations.
It's a real place, man. Honestly.
You see, let me tell you one thing. We watch all these movies, but that's how it works. Okay. One incident happened that you played on your show. This is another. I don't know, maybe it is poverty that is affecting Nigerians. They caught few guys in Ibejuleki that maybe they are terrorists. They found some bullets in them. Yeah. They made those guys sit down there. You see, and they are bringing all the money. They say maybe they are probably ransom money, but are not paying attention. Me, I told you, I work in a security department in this country, but I'm not going to mention it. You see what they should have said. Yeah, why those guys are sitting down? It's not the money. It's not the bullets. Yeah, it's their phone. Their phone is lying on the ground there. The phone. Go through the number. Let police or DSS look on that SIM card.
The phone SIM. Where has it been to, and what have they used it for? All that stuff. Aside
that one, there are some that are still in captivity that hasn't paid their ransom. That you guys are keeping in the bush. When you arrest a terrorist or suspected bandit like that, collected their phone, that SIM card is the root of everything you need about them. It's not the bullet you found with them. It's not the gun. It's not he's wearing a Moteco uniform. He's wearing this one uniform. It's the phone. It's US and this country that you and I live, they don't joke with phones.
You are right. Even if you have smashed the phone, they will grab it
get you
and try to extract whatever they can extract from it. Anything.
Okay, I don't know whether you've heard about this. You see, what Bayo, that stupid Bayo Nonoga, what he said about VDM, about that voice. You know that guy that was actually behind that thing. You know that guy has been picked up.
But I am hearing now that that's probably a wrong guy who only shared it. They didn't even go on.
Okay, that is not where I'm going. Even if that guy shared it, it's been picked up. That thing happened last week, but the guy that shared it has been picked up.
Yeah,
how come they can't pick all these?
You are right.
But all these terrorists, what is taking them so long? They're picking them up. If you can pick those guys up within a week, VTM incident happened last week. You pick a guy up yesterday or today. It's stopping you. That means this government, they know if they really want to do their job, they know what to do.
You're right.
But they just don't want to do it. You see, all those mufti, his phone number needs to be tapped. Those guys, they are doing a lot of things on that. You see, left to me, I would advise Oyo State government not to pay them a dime. Because let me tell you one thing, once they do that, you will be shocked one day that the same terrorists, they will go to Aso Rock and put a gun to your president's head like this, that change Nigerian position. This is how this establishment keep growing. But if you put a stop to it, that fine, we know they are children. I'm not a callous person, I'm not a callous person, but anything one should go to buy me, but in contact with the if you but if you they will know that is that you are not.
I even believe that as a government, like the way America normally do, right? America will be like,
yeah,
the life of these people is very, very important.
Yeah.
So the captives. But if for any reason terrorists you kill one, at that point, all the terrorists will have to die. And some of the captives will die too.
You.
But they are not going to live. Not a single one will live. Once they give record that they've killed one captive like that, at that point, all the terrorists will go. But
my bottom line is all these terrorists that sheriff number one no more important. See when you go gone. Ọlọ́pàá náà tún ya wèrè wọ́n máa lọ gbàbọ̀dé. Sheriff wọn yẹn wọ́n mọ ẹ̀dá sórí lórí fóònù yẹn ó ṣàti wà tó bóyá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí máa jẹ́ ti kingpin tó wà behind all this. Because gbogbo àwọn guys tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó wà ń gbòòrò yìí gbogbo àwọn guys yẹn tó ń da ẹran yẹn all of them they have a phone. Ẹnìkan náà contact wọn. Kí láwọn tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀? Anyway, Mayegu, let me leave you and give another person. Continue, please, my brother. You are doing a good work and we are enjoying it.
Thank you very much, Baba.
Thank you
for that contribution.
Bye.
You have a good one, right? So, indeed, they took the former Minister of Darkness, Adebayo Benkalemesi's sister in Ibadan yesterday. Or was it yesterday? 2 days ago, rather. It's been 2 days, man. It's been 48 hours. The whereabouts of this woman and her children is still unknown. So Sheyi Makinde was at his house in Ibadan this afternoon, or is it this afternoon or this evening? So, his sister's whereabouts and her children's whereabouts are still very much unknown. But I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayegu.
Baba. How are you?
Orúkọ mi ni Erin Lakatabu.
Erin Lakatabu. How are you today, Baba?
I'm very good.
Beautiful.
But
I mean, it's been back and forth Lori program for a while now anyway. So well here we are.
Mayegu.
Baba.
If you can remember, my miss gbogbo e pẹ̀lú oyinbo àti gbogbo e ni o.
Yes, please.
Ṣé mo pé ńgbà tá kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí bàbá yín Tinubu tó gbàjọba. Mo sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn terrorists yìí wà lórí fence. And when it is time, wọ́n máa ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kán ṣe. Kí ni agreement tí Tinubu make pẹ̀lú wọn kó tó gbàjọba? Kí ni agreement tó make? Kí à ń sọ nǹkan fún ẹ? That time, àwọn people yìí, they going to attack, wọ́n máa attack to the extent ní pé ẹni tó bá fẹ́ jáde nínú ilé ẹ̀, torí àwọn terrorists ẹ̀ ń pè ní terrorists yìí, wọ́n yìí máa join together pẹ̀lú àwọn tẹ̀ ń pè ní agbèrò. Àwọn tẹ̀ ń pè ní agbèrò yẹn. Tó ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ àwọn onímọ́tò ọlọ́kadà yẹn. Àwọn terrorists yẹn, when it is time, because this attack kò ní stop o, is going to continue. Torí ìtẹ́rí ọ̀pọ̀ fi ṣe sample ni is going to continue. I'm telling you, Mayegun, sọ́dọ̀ àwọn people yìí, wọ́n máa attack to the extent pé àwọn agbèrò máa join pẹ̀lú wọn. Tí àwọn èèyàn bá ti fẹ́ jáde nínú ilé wọn, wọ́n wá pe agbèrò tó wà ní junction ní pé hello, mo ti fẹ́ jáde o. Wọ́n máa bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé èlò ló san lánàá. Tania, 3,000 mo san lánàá, 5,000 lówó ẹ̀ lé ní o. Àwọn agbèrò yẹn, àwọn terrorists yẹn ò gbà o, 5,000 ló fẹ́ gbà o. It's coming to that.
So that we will be paying so tax if on here then.
Bí àwọn farmer ṣe ń san tax níbẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́yìn náà ṣe máa san tax ní bíbá yìí.
Yeah. Because
northern
part of Nigeria.
The farmers are paying tax in the northern Nigeria.
Yeah. And you know,
you are going to pay tax to this. You are going to pay tax to these people. I'm telling you, you are going to pay tax to these people through the agbero. What can agreement the Tinubu make with these people go to the power?
He will be the one to answer that.
Okay?
Baba.
Mayegun. Sorry, the money can go back to the memory lane at the Gbogbo story, at the history of what they call the Yoruba. Wà á rí pé nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé àwọn pípú yìí wọ́n fẹ́ balẹ̀ láti ìbẹ̀yẹn títí débí báyìí. Hello Mayegun.
I'm with you, sir.
Tó fẹ́ balẹ̀ láti ìbẹ̀yẹn títí débí báyìí. Ó ṣàmọ̀ pé Bible sọ fún ẹ pé bó ṣe àwọn tó kọ Bible wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé bó ṣe wà ní ayé ìgbà yẹn ó wà títí dìsín bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa rí títí lọ títí nìyẹn. Àwọn tó gbé ìjọba yìí fún àwọn wèrè tẹ́yìn ń pè ní terrorist. Àwọn tẹ́yìn ń pè ní terrorist yìí tẹ́yìn ń pè ní terrorist tẹ́yìn ń pè ní bandit. Ìbò náà ti ń wá àwọn Fúlàní tó wà níbà yìí sọ pé àwọn ò mọ̀ wọ́n rí. But tó bá wo ibi tó ń pè ní Chad, Cameroon àti Niger, I've been there. Gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn tó máa ní kó fẹsẹ̀ rìn mo lè fẹsẹ̀ rìn láti Èkó lọ sí gbogbo ibi tí mò ń sọ yẹn.
Right.
Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá mi gbọ́. So wá rí àwọn pípú yìí tẹ́ ń pè yìí wọ́n máa overrun yín within 2 years. Títorí tí Tinubu bá gbà ìjọba next.
Second time.
Ayé Yorùbá tó bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. Ọlọ́run. And there is no two way to it. Mayegun, there is no two way to it. Tinubu máa win second time. I'm telling you, Ọlọ́run ọba gbọ́, mo fi gbogbo ayé mi mo lè fi búra sí. Tinubu máa gba second time. Torí tí Tinubu bá gba second time yẹn.
Tiwa ni àbí?
No, there is no, ṣé gbogbo plan, gbogbo everything, mo lè ṣe gbogbo everything ni. There is no two way. Tinubu máa gba second time.
Let me take
Torí Tinubu bá gba second time yẹn. Tó mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kan pé ìwọ gan tó gbé Mike dání sọ́wọ́ báyìí. When it is time, wàá wá fúlẹ̀ lọ sí Nàìjíríà, àwọn èèyàn máa dúró díẹ̀, wọ́n máa hẹ́ẹ̀lì, wọ́n máa pariwo, hey, Mayegun, wọ́n máa pariwo, Mayegun.
Why?
Hello? Yes, because wọ́n rí ẹbí hero nítorí pé òun sọ a lot of things fún wọn. Wọ́n wá rí pé o ti dé.
Nígbà tí wọ́n ti overrun wa, kí ló wá wúlò fún mọ́ngbà yẹn? Mike àtẹ́bí ò wúlò fún ọmọ.
Nítorí pé ìwé gan máa lọ síbẹ̀ mo ti ń sọ fún ẹ pé. Torí Mayegun, let everybody tó bá wà ní Europe tó bá ní access láti lè train láti lè yìnbọn jẹ́ kí everybody máa lọ yìnbọn yẹn because it's just ó ti dé is coming home ó ti wà ní home.
It's now hitting. It has kind of like a hit home proper. Baba, let me take another one. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All right.
So my caller strongly believes that no matter what we do, we are done for. Yorubaland is going to be overrun by these terrorists, and it is simply because Tinubu is going to let it happen. Whatever deal he made with them, he's going to make it happen. That's kind of like even more scary. I don't think we're going to get to that stage. I also don't think we won't get to that stage. Whatever we do now or fail to do now will determine where we are headed. I don't think it's actually looking good. There's a caller. Hello.
Hello, my girl, my man. How are you?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Reverend. It's been a long time.
I know. It's good to have you
from
back.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bless you.
Yeah, I've listened to your to this analysis. It was well said. Was well said. Well explained. Just that my heart goes out for these children. I won't lie to you. Is it 4 years, 2 years, 7-year-old with strangers?
The 19-month or 20-month kid there, baby, in the crèche.
Yeah. With strangers, with guns, pointing at
for
them.
20 days now.
Yeah, and my heart goes out for them for being there, number one. And my heart goes out for the trauma for the rest of their life. I'm telling you, it's not going to go away. Apart from the 19-old months, yeah, but the rest, I don't think the trauma will be there.
It won't.
Yeah, it's obvious now. I made a video the other day telling Nigerians that, look, that the Bible tells us that the mistakes of the past was written down for us not to make the same mistake. Okay, or to learn from mistakes. Yeah.
If you fail to learn from history, you are bound to make. If you fail to learn from history, you're bound to make the same mistake again.
Yeah, he said that the mistake of the past was written down for us to make the same mistake. It's in the scripture. Make them again. The book of First Corinthians. Yeah.
If we don't.
So I was trying to tell Nigerians. I was trying to tell Nigerians. I said, look. I said, let us flash back. Yeah. Let us flash back to 2014 or 2015. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls. How we all take out our neck to bring back the girls. Later in the future we find out that it was all propaganda. It was all political stunts.
Okay, straight
to remove Jonathan. Okay. So when this issue happened, that was the first thing I tried to tell Nigeria. I said, look at the election. The election is next year. Why was Jonathan removed? Jonathan was doing well. They loved him. Immediately, he talked about the confab, which is pretty much restructuring. That was when all hell broke loose in the north. That was when the joking started. They removed him. Tinubu is not the best man to be in the job. I won't say I like him. When it comes to good governance, don't count on Tinubu. But one thing now we should all know now that everyone that has explored the ocean will say that Tinubu is not doing the bidding of these northerners. I'm talking about the Fulanis now, because when we talk about the north, they are the political gladiators in the north.
Right.
Okay, it's them. Okay. So you see now that because Tinubu is not doing their bidding now, they want him out. So this is where this is all coming from. This is all political. In my opinion, I could be wrong. In my opinion.
Okay, but I mean, there is the school of thought that some people have already pushed a narrative that indeed this insecurity that is escalating because some people felt like the usual way of how to get him out. But that argument is flawed. You know why that argument is flawed, sir? Yeah, is that before Tinubu came at all, it was already worse. Do you get that now?
Okay.
Right? People have already gotten to a stage whereby, I mean, look at our reactions in 2015 when they kidnapped the Chibok girls, right? The reaction was shocking. Even those who supported Jonathan at the time, they couldn't explain. They were just like, how could this even happen? How is this even possible? In this Nigeria, Then they later made us girls used to it. School children being kidnapped in mass and all of that. All of us would just scream and talk and all of that. So that is why I do not totally believe that anything happening right now is because they want to set him up. Because this didn't start under him. It's been there before him. You can no longer claim it and say, oh, they are doing this because... Now, that is not to invalidate what you have said, though. Don't get me wrong, because you may be right, too, in the sense that the Yorubas are very sensitive people. I mean, we are very sensitive, fragile somehow, right? In a way that there are some certain things you don't touch. And there are some certain things that can rile Yorubas. One of them is not religion. Religion means nothing to Yorubas to become violent to anybody, ever. No, ever. Now, that we are now witnessing the homegrown extremism, where things that will get Yorubas to be worried, becomes things that some Yorubas are normalizing. Do you get that now? So if they push this Sharia to some extent, Tinubu will lose whatever. It doesn't really have much favor anymore with the Yorubas, if people really care to know. But if they push this Sharia agenda, it will divide Yorubas. And Yorubas being divided, totally right, could force the hand of Tinubu. That's why I said, that's why I'm going to partially agree with your perspective that they may be doing this to rile his base, get them so divided, weakened, and then get him out of power, like you are kind of postulating. I don't think we can say, oh, the securities increased because they want to get him out. It's always been there. Thousands of these children have been kidnapped. This is not the first time. But I'll let you finish. Go on. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, on that note, I have a question for you.
Please.
Would you agree with me that before Tinubu made it to that seat, 2023, that him and the North, that they had a deal?
Well, I can't actually say that, but politically, I'm going to say yes, because he met with them. I remember when they called it was like a summit. Ganduje organized it in Kano that year. They called all the Islamic clerics in the entire northern part of Nigeria, senior, junior, mid one, everything. They assembled them in Kano. And the purpose was for them to give official backing. And part of what those guys who attended the meeting said was that one Muslim is good, two Muslims is great. So meaning it's going to work for them in their interest. Whatever that agreement is, whatever that arrangement is, I may not want to possibly say, oh, the arrangement is to Islamize Nigeria. That may sound far-fetched. You know what I mean? But there could be some deals. Right.
Yeah, I won't say that they will come direct and say Islamization. Exactly. But this guy, they're very crafty.
Yeah, that's going to be too...
but two things I know that people agree with them is the prison route and Sharia law in the Southwest Yorubaland.
I heard that.
But let's make this 50-50 now, okay? But this is my next question now.
Right.
You want to tell me that if Tinubu was carrying out the script they gave to him from the North, would they be after him like this? Would you want to tell me that?
Well,
because they said they want him out. They said they want him out.
Because, they are saying that they didn't meet up. It disappointed them. But we are talking about maybe position, politics, political appointments. But apart from that...
No.
Yeah, go on.
My ego, we have to know our problem to have a solution. These people, they are after Islamization of Nigeria through Sharia. Not just Nigeria. Now, this is a global issue. Even America, even here in America, they dare America by this Sharia law. Okay, so this is a global issue. Okay, so let us not go back to Nigeria now.
Right.
The problem of Nigeria is this. Okay, we have these people that want to Islamize Nigeria, and if you read history, you will see that these people, they don't coexist, they dominate.
No,
that's what history tells us, and they have played this in our very eyes that they are here to Islamize Nigeria. So go back to history. What Ahmadu Bello said. He said that they will use the willing tools of the South to conquer. Okay, and they thought that Tinubu was a willing tool. They thought they have arrived.
He's not letting them have their way, the way they expected.
No, of course not. Of course not. Tinubu used the takia against them. So they were all surprised like this guy played us. Tell me one certain president that have dared the other cabal like Tinubu did. Tell me one. We have Obasanjo, we have Jonathan, then himself. Tell me one that have the guts to do what he did now in all his policy. Right. There's none. Okay, so that is my take. And in the area
I'll let others also kind of do theirs. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
all right.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Bless you. You have a good one, sir. Okay. So that's one thing about the Mayegun's Diary Political. You are also free to share your own perspectives because we can't all see it from the same angle, but it's broad, like it's wide, and in that sense, all right? So you too can be part of the chat. There is another caller though. Yeah, hello. Oh, hang on. I just lost your connection. Somehow you got disconnected. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you, sir?
Yes, fine. I just want to suggest something.
Yeah.
We should not make these people to be wiser. The whole world is listening to your broadcast. People should filter their utterances. No matter how angry they are, there are certain things they should not mention in public because they are listening to what you are discussing. And you are making things difficult for those handling the matters officially. So please, your listeners all over the world should have that in mind. They should filter their utterances. Right. And that's just it.
That's good then.
I don't want to.
Thank you.
I don't just want to.
I know that's all right, sir. Thank you very much for that. Okay. So let's take another one. There is another caller, I believe. Here. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Maigo.
Good evening. How are you?
It's a lot of Kumbo.
Hey, talks. That's been a long time, Baba. How are you?
Too long. I've been here. I've been in the shadows.
I know. We've all been around anyway. Quiet.
Yeah. This thing is going to be linked to when I've been following for a long time, and you know that. And the first time I actually called on the show, what did I tell you? I said Nigeria, we are fighting a religious war. And it's glaring now with the demands of this Ibadan, the kidnappers that said they want 1 billion and Sharia should be put into Oyo State, initiative, whatever. It's a religious war fighting.
Weapons. They want to pick up trucks.
I mean,
they want 1 billion. They want
Hilux, 1 billion.
On
I mean, what is this? Is this humanity? It's a ragtag terrorist. And you know what, Maigo? I went back again, looked on Google Maps and look at the area where they took those children from. I'm thinking, how the hell can they find these people? You just take one drone in the air. The land is massive land there. You can find them. They know where they are. The disappointing is that because it's not these politicians' children, that's the reason why they're not bothered. Look at what Wike said the other day. They're kidnapping teachers here. So is it a nice thing for you to say that kidnapping teachers? In the UK here where we are, if they kidnap one child, the whole force will come out to attack that person that kidnapped one child, let alone moving 45 children into the bush. People like Sheikh Gumi are walking on the street in Nigeria saying all sorts of nonsense, telling us that the government knows their terrorists by name and know their location.
Somebody that Saudi Arabia banning their own country. Somebody that Saudi Arabia banning somebody from their country, and he's a hero or whatever in Nigeria.
I saw today somebody was saying that bandits are doing giveaway on TikTok.
You know.
And you can't track them.
They can't. Or they just don't want to. They don't even have the resources, I think.
No, they have resources. If they can be tracking other people around to catch them, why can't they catch the terrorists? Even if they're using Starlink, they said these guys are using Starlink, they can track them. They have mobile numbers. Who registered those numbers for them? Who registered those numbers?
Oh, wow.
Look at the area, Bible. How do you move those children from that place without anybody knowing whether it's north, south, or east that they went to? 45 people. They didn't move them on bikes.
Yeah, now they did move them on bikes.
They didn't move them on bikes.
Those who witnessed that said that they did move them. Yeah, now they packed them and then they took them 2 by 2 and then straight into the forest.
How many bikes did they bring there? Almost, they must have about 30 bikes then.
They probably would have more. They snatch, what do you call
it? And you're telling me that, my God, they just rode out of town like a rodeo or cowboys back in the days, and nobody could not single one single video, or nobody saw anything.
No,
this is madness.
It is. This is the vast land of the area. It's mental. Going to Ilorin and all these sites. So that's
Look at
the
it.
part.
Look
so
at it.
Wherever they are here, even me and you, we can sit down here and then, you know what I mean? We can sit down here
I'm telling you,
I just zoom it in and be like, you could see the path. Talk less of government too. I mean, government too can do better. See them even better than you and I. It's crazy.
Michael, I went to Nigeria early last year. And you know that because I was going to go to Ibadan, I actually went on Google and looked at the map and everything, seeing locations everywhere.
Yeah.
Where can these people be? God forbid that they kidnap somebody. Where can they be? Because they will always go through where there's water, streams and stuff like that. Do you understand? Even if they're going to feed their cattle water, they need water.
Yeah.
So most people, they walk by the streams, and then the stream is never too far from them. If you check it, it's never too far from them. There must be waterways around that area, even if it's a lake or a pond or a stream, it must be around that area. But how do you move 45 children? Broad daylight, not at night, broad daylight, and nobody saw you.
This so vast, man.
We're fighting a serious religious war, and the government better wake up. The governors better wake up. The Obas better wake up. I've not seen any Oba in Yoruba land come out to talk against it. Not even on your people.
You are even talking about Oba. Me, I'm thinking about the Islamic clerics in Yorubaland. So I've come out and released a statement.
And those Islamic Yoruba Islam is going for the Islam of the North. They don't class Yoruba Muslims as the regular Muslims. They are third class Muslims, and Yoruba they are third class Muslims. Oh, Michael, thank you for the good job you're doing. It was nice hearing your voice and talking to you again, but I will say it again. Last time they are fighting a serious religious war. Thank you, my brother. Good evening.
And God bless you, Baba. You have a good one, okay? I have a Charm on the line. I should take that before we go to next thing, okay? I believe. Charm, you're there.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, Charm?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm very well too. Thanks so much for asking.
I don't know, because I know that a lot of people are calling in with regards to these children that are in the bush. I know sometimes there are a lot of people, I like some perspectives, and they seem logical. And then there's some people that share their own perspective, and I'm wondering, are we observing the same country? Are we experiencing the same Tinubu? Or is there a version of? Are we in the same reality, or is there a version of Tinubu that they are experiencing that maybe we are not even aware of? You know, I'll continue to kind of like observing that everything that's going on in that country. I'm not filled with wisdom, but I know for sure that if we do not arrest this particular situation, we will not have a country, we will not have a place you and I will not have a place to go back to. Even if there is a geographical location, they would have made it impossible for us to go back to it. We continue to wait for foreign entities and whatever to come and rescue us is never going to happen. No. Because we're not asking ourselves one simple question. When anything happens, when any situation takes place, something of this magnitude, you have to ask yourself, who stands to gain? Who is the beneficiary of this chaos within the country? One of your callers called in and said that we who fail to
to learn from history,
to learn from history, right? We will be bound to make the same mistakes, right? And so they have been intentional in removing history and even teaching us the real history, our real history, the real stories that got us up to this point. There are many conversations that we need to have, right, as a people. there are many things that we need to tell ourselves the truth regarding our situation and our position.
Mm-hmm.
The minute to start telling ourselves that truth, where then it is going to be obvious who stands to give with the chaos in this country. I'm going to be very quick because there's something I really wanted to share with this platform.
Please.
Right? I don't know, do you recall a time when the Nigerian naira was at par with the US dollar? It may not have happened in your lifetime, but it happened in either our parents' lifetime or before,
No,
right?
It was
So
in the
there
80s,
was-
charm. It was in 81, 82, 85, even up to 85, right? You could still exchange $1 for, I think, 76 kobo. No, hang on.
Exactly.
No, it changed
So
under Buhari. No, sorry, under Buhari. That was when it changed. And it got to, I think it got to 2 naira 50 kobo to $1. But late 70s, right? You could change $1 for just 76 kobo. It wasn't even up to 1 naira.
You know, but and all of those things they are indicators. They are indicators that an economy is, you know, at least going in the right trajectory, right? As far as we all understand our basic economy, that the country is going in the right trajectory. The economy is strong. The people are thriving, and all you're thinking about is that, you know, life is going to get better generally for people. Now, let me ask you a question: who stands to gain or lose with a strong Black African country?
Well, the people stand to gain, and I bet the exploiters stands to lose, because what that simply means is that, you know, maybe we should just paint a picture of what it is like to have a strong country for a country like Africa, right? So it simply means that your raw resources, your raw minerals are not being exported. They are being refined in your country. They are being reproduced, used in your country, and the finished product from them are being exported out. That's a sign of a strong country. So, and in Nigeria and Africa today, most of the resources are just meant there for exploitation. Just take them out. No production is being done in Africa in that sense.
No.
To give a strong,
production.
there is none. Yeah. So, if we should have a strong country, they will lose, because number one, they will have to pay the right amount for their resources to even get it, or they will just have to buy the end product from us.
Let me help you expand even your imagination to a strong African country, right? Now, in strong African countries, thriving ones, we have our education on lock. So things like healthcare, medicine, all of those things, they're all on point. It's going in the right direction. Again, you have research in all of these areas, right?
That's right.
Now, close your eyes and imagine that every disenfranchised Black person starts to think to themselves, I don't need to be here where I am being othered. When I say othered, I'm not even though I say I'm a citizen, but it seems like because of the color of my skin, I become problematic. What then tends to happen is that, first of all, our people return home.
Yes.
Other people of color, Black people of color, start to rethink about, you know, whether or not they need to be there.
Where is more conducive for them to leave? Africa or elsewhere? They will choose successful African countries.
Of course, they will definitely choose African countries, right? So again, their own their own workforce and labor force for all those so-called Black stuff.
So it is not just the raw minerals that Africa is offering the world. We're also offering the world human resources. Human resource that is so abundant.
Thank you. So, you know, when you start to think about the scope of the possibilities with a strong Black African country,
a working country.
A working country, you see that is a that is something
it
that
will be.
It's a great loss
in
to
all
them.
fields, whether science or technology or healthcare or economy or even commerce, name it, like every sector all over the world will be affected if there is a working African country like Nigeria that everybody goes to.
Okay, so now let me tell you what they've done. They've destroyed our educational system. That's one. They've made it intentional that we are practically graduating illiterate. Okay? Now, our people are sick. Our healthcare, whatever, doesn't work. We don't have doctors, all of that. So our people are dying, right? In terms of food, they're giving us the GMO and all of that business. They've reduced the quality of even the food that we produce. They've also destroyed our soil, making it impossible for us even to feed ourselves with our own organic, what they call it, our organic seedlings. Guess what? We have to buy from them. So they are now more in control. Now, I say all of these things. I give everyone on this platform this whole scenario so that you can understand that what Tinubu is allowing to happen is what they want to happen. For you to come on this platform and tell us that Tinubu is pushing against the law, Tinubu is an asset that they're using to ensure that we do not rise as a people. We need to understand where our problems are. Otherwise, we are chasing shadows. If we do not understand that we are a threat to the world economy as it is, and we should want to be that threat, because the script that we have written for us as Black people is low IQ, unable to govern themselves. Nothing good can come from this place because it works for them. Please make it make sense that you call the people lazy, low IQ and all of that, but you traverse the ocean to pick these people in millions and transfer them to your country to do menial jobs or to be slaves in your plantation. Make it make sense. We all need to be critical thinkers here. We stop all this, whatever it is I'm coming. Listen, the biggest problem that we have here in this country is the West, whether you like it or not. It's in their best interest to keep us the way we are. And I say that because, again, in reference to the Fulani terrorists, they're only making sure that this chaos continues. They're only making sure that there is an unrest. And there's another scenario we also need to understand, is that Nigeria might have become too big for them to manage. So they're actually looking for a catalyst.
Disabled this way.
No, exactly. They're actually looking for even a catalyst. After even time, we maybe can instigate a war or some kind of civil unrest and things like that. What happens during civil unrest? People die. Nobody is going to school. Nobody is even thinking about resources or who is coming to take what. Everything is everywhere. Do you understand? So, again, I think I say all of this to say, listen, let us understand where our problems, who our real problems are. And in understanding who our real problems are.
So replacing somebody like Tinubu could actually change the fortune. Is that your own postulation, right? That replacing leadership like that, compromised and all that, can change it. Is that your own postulation in the long run? Or we should just answer up and say, you know what? We're dead.
No, I will never say that we should hands up and that we are done for. We need to remove the likes of Tinubu, and we also need to be mindful of
accessing power. Okay.
Exactly, about who is accessing power. And most importantly, Nigerians need to reject wealth without enterprise. Anyone who has wealth without enterprise, you need to move away from that person. You need to ensure that most people do not attain leadership positions. Do you understand? Because now we've seen that people with wealth and no enterprise are easy. Do you understand? They're easy to bribe. They're easy to give more, and then let all of this evil take place. With regards to this Fulani terrorists, all this holding your arm, they're telling you, oh, give us 1 billion. What are you doing? Let me tell you something. If it's for my own children, I would rather go to that place, right, and die there. Do you understand? If I'm unable to kill those people, and if I'm able to kill them, you want to arrest me, no problem. At least those children are free. What are you people waiting for? You're waiting for a government that is actually doing the job of your detractors to come and save you. Please, let's stop this nonsense, please.
Thank you very much. You've added to this tonight again, and I bet there are those who possibly are just doing like this in front of their TV, listening to you right there, okay? So thank you for always, okay? You have a good one. So I have this clip of the lawmakers at the National Assembly discussing the possibility of reviewing your gun laws in Nigeria, the one that probably would then allow the citizens to acquire weapons and license them. I don't think that's even so enough, but maybe it's a good start, right? They were discussing it at the National Assembly this afternoon.
There is need, as Senator Ashira alluded to review the Nigerian firearm law. We must get back to our people who elected us to represent them and find out their feelings on this. Distinguished colleagues, every man deserves the right to protect and defend his life and that of his family. And bringing a knife to a gunfight can never be a fair fight. We must discuss this. We must get back to our people.
And let's solve the problem. Today, almost 120-something countries have already legalized carrying arms by sane and respectable people. I think it is time for Nigeria to allow us to be carrying arms. If not, these boys, you see them, you will just be vomiting. In the church, where this man is discussing with us, was discussing with us, these are small boys carrying guns. If all of us, particularly the elite, and few of us who are okay, are carrying guns, it is war against war. These boys will run away because there are not too many. It is time for us to stand and make a law that it is criminal for the negotiator, because the negotiators are even eating deep into what is happening today. Where is the bank where they normally withdraw such huge of money to settle them, including the banks, including the negotiator and the kidnappers? They are all criminals and they should face death penalty. I submit.
They should face death penalty. That's Oshun Senator speaking on the matter. Like, they should review the firearms laws in Nigeria that allows people to protect themselves as it should be. I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, ma.
Hello, so Omolawaye Makael.
Ashe oyemi o. So.
So, kujo meta o.
Ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú o. Bonti wa ṣàlàáfíà wa.
Yeah. Àdúpẹ́ Yéwándé ẹnìkan àti Yèrè àtàwọn ikú o.
Kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ o, nulẹ̀ o, pariwo rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀. You know.
Kò máa jayé Oriire ọmọ ọba ọmọ ọlá.
Ó ṣe oyè mi. Ra kó sí
So, Ọlọ́run máa ṣàánú ẹni o.
Àṣẹ o.
Dédé àwọn òṣì ẹni. Kọ́ dìde kọ́ gbẹ̀mí níjà o, kọ́ ṣàánú ẹni o.
Àṣẹ o. Àṣẹ o.
It's so sad what's going on in that country, Mayegun. It's so very sad. It's very sad. And so, shame on those leaders. Shame on their bad governance. This is 24th century.
Honestly.
Nigeria want to prove to us that they haven't got what it takes to take these people out.
Honestly.
Poor children in Katfizi, this is the third or the fourth week now, isn't it?
It is actually like the third week, yes. 20 days.
This is very, very disheartening.
I mean,
very, very disheartening. So they want to tell us that they haven't got drones. They haven't got all these satellites to pick them up. Then let them cry out. Even Mama Patience in those days. We call the Mama illiterate. She cried to the world to come to her aid. Instead of Remy to come out, maybe it's me, but I've not heard anything from Remy. She's dancing and whining with all her freebies.
I know.
She's dancing and whining with all her freebies in Abuja, singing our Mama Bidisio, àwọn yóò fò, àwọn ìyá àjà Arabuka, àwọn yóò ṣe, àwọn ìyá àjà, àwọn yóò yíbo yí. They were dancing and whining. I said, what?
Yep.
Children are in captivity.
It's unfortunate.
No, that country is gone.
I am telling
that
you.
Country, to your tent, O Israel, to your tent, O Israel. And, as gullible as our people, as gullible as we are, when the election comes now, they will go to that voting polls.
And now, want to revalidate the suffering one again.
Want to tabatrite one. Want from one resi, want from one 5,000.
Then they will be waiting on the Sky Daddy to come and change.
This is heartbreaking. No, this is heartbreaking.
Now start waiting on the Sky Daddy to come and touch the heart of criminals.
You see now, when Keleme's sister was being abducted with the kids, it took Makinde 24 hours now or something to go there to visit. But it took him 16 days to go to Oshiele.
Yes.
So, no. These people, they are jokes. They are bloody Jews.
You are going to see them on campaign soon. You're going to see them on their campaign trail soon. Dancing, doing all of that like nothing.
Nigeria, what are you doing to yourself? What are you doing? These people are bloody. They are just bloody public servants.
I'm telling you.
And you made them warlord over you. Look at what happened to Oriire Wambibai. Just because they lose the election, they call him out. Even his own parliament, they pieces him, they shredded him, they resigned, they went. Oh my God. What is wrong with that? With us in that place?
People that you know what? If the purpose of our election of being elected to serve in Koto, because you're not really elected, being elected to serve is to push the interest of these people, and for 11 years, it has gone from bad to worse to worse.
This is very disheartening. This is very disheartening.
You know, we should be grateful. They want us to be grateful. That it could have been worse than this. What could be worse than this?
I think they are doing us. They are doing us a favor. These are bloody public servants. I always educate these people every day. Don't worship these people. They are your servants.
No.
They are your servants, and if they are not good enough, shove them in the bin. Shove them in the bin. But no. They will go on their phone like animals. Look at those scavengers in Abuja, all those freebies swimming. Wọ́n ní ọkùnrin tó ń sun rárá fún ọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá ní akọ iṣẹ́ ló ń ṣe. Wọ́n lọ ń kọ́ na wa màmá bìdìsì fún rẹ̀mí tí ní inú wọn jù lọ. Nítorí nǹkan tó máa jẹ àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ wà nù gbó.
And then they're like actors too, right? If you want them to start crying for you right now, that people are complaining. They say you are not showing emotion. They can start crying for you right now. They can start acting like.
And it's so sad.
Honestly, so sad.
Where have we gone wrong? Where have we gone wrong? Nigeria, please wake up. From your slumber, wake up.
Amen.
Wake up. I expect that all of them will go to Makide's office and sit down right in front of his office. That we are not moving until you get these children out.
Not them.
It was boasting. I've bought some drone. I've bought something. Where are the drone? Where are the security votes given to these people?
They were supposed to have bought a 7 billion naira helicopter, security helicopter for it. Where is it? Hello.
God bless you. God bless you, my dear.
Nice one. I thank everybody. Bless you, man. So my line is still very much open, but you know, we have please bear with me. So we have other clips that were supposed to actually come up. One of them is this, still on this insecurity. This one is a senator that represents a part of Oyo State. His name is Buhari.
You don't say things anyhow just because you want sensationality. You are talking of people's life. I said 2 years old. It's my senatorial. It's my control. It's my town. It's a saddest thing. It's a very pathetic. This thing I'm saying, I wish, I'll send you a video. That my friends visited when the incident happened. So it's not somebody, you know, there are some certain things everybody wants to do. I want to appear on social media and television. Proof! Tell us! If people like me will not give us go and visit one day, there are some certain things you don't see. So, approach or no approach, I can assure you they are trying their best, but it's not everything that you will say because Nigeria, I'm sorry, with due respect, or our people, with due respect, or generally human being, before you realize, they release the information to these people. That's the truth. That's the reason why you can see that they are not talking, they are not giving out information. All what they are looking for is that God will help the security people that they are doing their maneuvering for them to get their this. If not because I'm here, and probably because not the motion we are discussing. Like what I told you now that if they are used sleeping powder, some of the 2 years old people will not be able to agree. So what do you tell them that you rescue 75 year guy or 65 or 55, and you are telling me that my own son is gone? So that is what you have to do that.
Nuisance, Lele.
So he's just making shit up, right? Just to act like, I mean, he's a senator, okay? Act like he's got this intelligence report of why the rescue is still being delayed. There was this idea. They said they had these two options of rescuing the children and everybody. One of their top option is to spray a kind of like, sleeping gas, spray that around the area. Because when Mrs. Salamu, the principal of that school, released a last video pleading that the government should not use any force on this terrorist, because the last time the soldiers attempted to rescue them, that it got them so mad. So what that simply means is that they've had contact. That means they've seen them. Do you get that now? They know where they are. But according to them, there will be too many casualties if they should go in like that. That the terrorists may just kill all these people. So the option is to spray this gas that will just make everybody pass out. And once it goes into effect, they will quickly go in, pick up all these victims, the people in the captivity, right? They will pick all of them, resuscitate them and rescue them, and then execute all these terrorists. So why didn't they do that? Because that's possible. You're just going to have this, you're just going to have this odorless, colorless sleeping gas. They released that into that camp. Sounds like a movie, right? Where they said they wanted to do, or they were going to go at night using the night goggle, which means that they are the only ones who can see the terrorist, right? While the victims are possibly like sleeping or locked somewhere, or some of the terrorists are sleeping them, so they can identify them. And once they identify how many of them are armed and the rest, boom, they take them out. Another operation that they said they wanted to try. Again, from my caller from the Gambia, who said that there's some information we shouldn't say them out and all that. But listen, things seem to have been more than that. Whether you say some things here, there are tens or hundreds of thousands of other places where people are very much saying things too. You get what I mean? But the thing there is that the more days they spend in the captivity, the more leverage the terrorists will have. And let me remind you, when a group of terrorists kidnap people, doesn't mean that they are going to be the ones that will end up keeping these people. A kidnapper victim who escaped shared this story. It's quite popular on X right now. The guy who escaped from terrorists after 4 months. So they kidnapped him and his driver, right? And they killed his driver, took him. So they asked for 20 million naira ransom. His family raised that and gave the money to them. And once they paid the money, the terrorist was like, no, they wanted 55 million now. So at that point, they took, before they asked for 55 million, the ones that collected 20 million, right, then took him, handed him over to another group of terrorists. Those one now made their own demand again, 55 million. This is apart from the 20 million they paid earlier. So the guy now said, for those months that he spent with them, he realized that most of the time, right, they were on drugs. They would get so high that some of them would just pass out. But because they've chained them, they've chained all of them, they can't escape. So there's nothing they could do. Victims of terrorism who survived are also very much the good resource or resources for the security agents to gather intelligence about the ways, mindset, and the rest of these terrorists if they really want to get rid of them. So he said he escaped simply because one day some people came and paid ransom, and somehow fight broke out between all of them. that they spent like hours fighting somehow. So he just sneaked out and he kept running and he kept running and he kept running. That's how he escaped. So the terrorists themselves are not pretty much smarter like the way you think they are. These are a bunch of ragtag criminals, drug addicts. You get me now? That if Nigerian authority, if they are really interested in getting rid of them, it shouldn't be this difficult. Or maybe I am wrong. There is a caller. Here. Hello. Baba. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? This is Big Mo.
It is Big Mo. How are you doing tonight, Baba?
I'm all right. So how are you?
Still here, Baba. You know, we thank God, though.
So, first of all, to our friend, as he said, from Gambia. Is it Gambia or Guinea?
Gambia, the Gambia.
There is nothing we're discussing here that these people have not discussed. So, I mean, they are professionals. This thing you just said about gas, the Americans did it to rescue one person somewhere in the northeast. Between remember when there was a pastor
between Niger and Nigeria.
They did this gas thing. Then whatever. Well, you know, I don't know if you saw what happened this morning. I don't know if you saw the soldiers that were beheaded.
I saw that too. You see, some of those things, I just can't bring them here. That is why when people tell me that, Emayegun, you know, watching your program, sometimes it gets them so scared, so kind of. I'm not even bringing you all the things. If YouTube allowed me to share some things, a lot of people probably will stop watching Emayegun.
They will even ban your channel.
You get what I mean? Like, if YouTube allowed me to actually bring what is happening in Nigeria the way they are, in raw form. Some of you won't watch Emayegun again. You'll be like, no, I can't watch
and
that.
they went with the hate. They went with the hate.
They attacked them in their base now in Borno.
167 Battalion. In somewhere along Mandara, Buratai Road. Anyway, now, long and short of this story is that all this discussion we are doing here, these guys have done it ahead. The way you are saying victims are describing how terrorists used to behave, they know more than us that we're discussing it here based on somebody's testimony. All the possible options to rescue victims, they know.
They do.
This I wanted to even clarify this Gumi thing. Did it just go to Oyo recently? Is it like today or yesterday?
Just about 2-3 months ago.
That doesn't even. I don't understand how he was there.
He said Yoruba Muslims are oppressed. Southwest Muslims are oppressed. They can't talk. They don't allow them. They don't allow them to talk. They don't allow them to do their thing. They always suppress them.
Let me remind you why he was banned. You remember Abdul Muttalib?
That's what do they call? They have a name for him now. Is that underwear bomber?
Good. He was a student of his. That's why Saudi Arabia wanted to meet him. So he was just because all this is so-called my PhD, whatever is a lie. He did not finish the school. How can they deport you and you went back and finished the school? Who finished it for you? I mean, I don't want to pay attention to this thing. And then somebody called and was saying that Tinubu is Tinubu. I don't know. Maybe that's his opinion. Tinubu is actually pressing on these guys, and maybe they did not expect this.
Yeah, that is because the reason why they are doing this is because he's not giving in to some of their demands or whatever he agreed with them.
I don't know what Tinubu is talking about. So, because the Tinubu way we they see, is the consensus candidate. He's city boy. He's bothered about this. He's bothered about that. Adelabu is more important than the children now. They took 2 boys. I don't want to be, but they took 2 twins and his sister. Yes. Governor went to his house. They are not even from the same party. This is the same person that wants to take his job. So let's snap out of all this nonsense of either number one, they don't know what to do. That's the concrete. Like one thing I'll agree with Gumi is that it's true. Let me remind you also, the chief of defense staff from Delta State, General Irabo, was the one that set up that committee where Gumi they go meet people. It wasn't Gumi's initiation. Let me just remind you. Yes, you remember General Irabo, Operation Safe Corridor. He's the one that set up that committee, made Gumi. I don't know what Gumi's position was there now. There's this other professor. They go there with police and they go there with officers. Sometimes in uniform, sometimes not. Gumi's police is carrying gun behind him.
Yes. He's got his
own
ADC.
That's what I said. Sorry?
I said he's got his own ADC, AD camp.
Good. That one that he said is 100% correct. So either they don't know what to do. Let's stop for these things. They know what to do. These people don't care. This man said that it is constitutional.
You know, the one he went for in Ibadan, that's different from Irabozo, no. The one he went for in Ibadan was organized by the Islamic of Ibadan, something.
That one, I don't know. That's what I'm genuinely thinking, because I don't think there's no connection. Personally, the way I think,
because I mean, this Sharia or no Sharia, it was around the time that the Sharia talk just suddenly
I don't think there's no connection, but I don't want to get into that.
Right.
I don't want to, because this Islamatizing Nigeria now. So which Muslims will call remain? Which Muslims will even call it? Like me now, I'm a Muslim.
Right.
So all of us that don't agree.
No, you are not Muslim to them. You see, your own Muslim, they call your Muslim, right? They call your Muslim just kind of like a moderate. And it is either, right, you understand the extremism that shows that me, that I'm not a Muslim, right? I am not your brother. Don't call me brother. All right? Because to them, you know that mentality now. And me as a Yoruba man.
That's what I'm saying. I tend to come.
Yourself.
I tend to come from the place where they press brick for that nonsense.
Sure, you get. That's the point now.
So,
I'm gonna. Like we grew up. Yeah, Big Mo. We all grew up in a way. We grew up differently, but at the same time, we kind of grew up same way too. When it comes to some certain things, there are people that will make you realize that. Listen, even if you have extreme Islamic views, it is not extreme to the point that you want to hurt anybody. It's simply because maybe you say, no, I'm not going to do this because I'm a Muslim. I say, oh, Benny, do it, Joe. It doesn't matter. I say, no, I won't do it. My faith won't let me do that. Some people will say, Mama died alone. Sure, you get. But it will never be to the point whereby you begin to see your own fellow brothers, your blood brothers, and say, if they ask you to kill him right now, you kill him because it's worthless to you. That is extreme in Yorubaland.
Innocent person. There is no in the Sharia law that they want. There's no difference between an innocent person that is.
That's what I am saying. Because the Sharia they want us to believe is the normal Sharia, which is, of course, very moderate, very easily to understand. Abi, their own Sharia is different. Their Sharia says if you are wrong, you then cut your head off.
You know, that's why I said I'm from the part of the country where when Usman Danfodi was coming with his nonsense, they pulled him back. Because I'm from Borno State, there was Islam there for 400,000.
What they call you, the Kanuris, the Kenamis.
There was Islam there for 100 years before he was born. So it came with nonsense of say you want Islam. Number one, Sha, is that don't ever think these guys don't know what they are doing. I'm talking about the politicians, the security agencies. Now, the security agencies and the politicians are the same thing, because the politics is the one that, or the politicians are the ones that will control. They don't want you as DFS director to go and do your own operation.
No.
Tomorrow, you won't wake up to go to work, or rapid don't feel your seat. The same thing with all these niggas in uniform. That's why every general that comes out to make noise, either they cut martial arm or he died by mistake. Every security person or anybody influential in Nigeria that comes out
now. It's not once, it's not twice. It's always been like, you know, it's not coincidence.
It's not coincidence. It's not coincidence. So, you know, a lot of people assume they don't know what they are doing. They know more than you. They are trained. They take them abroad. This same Navy SEALs that came to rescue that guy.
You are from a place where you've seen it all. Trust me, bro. No state. Anyone from that place would probably have seen it all. Okay. Now, I have these two questions I can ask, and just give me your truthful, honest kind of like opinion on it. Okay. So when you said they know what to do, they just won't do it simply because they are compromised. All right. We say it's because of two things, or either of these two things. Is it that corruption of them looting the defense, budgets that they are all sharing? Is the reason why they know what to do, but they won't do it, kind of makes it valid? Or could it be the compromise of the structure of their defense, or the military and the rest of that, due to their, due to their personal allegiance to this extremist, this terrorist? Which would you say it is?
No, let me tell you, it's the first one, the corruption, but you have to break it down. It's not as simple as just corruption. Now, what I'm saying, you have to break it down. For example, Navy just did 70th celebration. Did you see the helicopters? Did you see the drones? Did you see their eagle eye? But they don't know what is happening in Niger Delta. I don't want to go into my own personal detail so that I don't, for lack of...
I get you. Go on.
Yeah, but I'm sure you saw all that. Now, what I said is multifaceted. Please, if you can take the time, go and check who is the chairman Army, chairman Navy, chairman Air Force, whoever is in charge of intelligence, chairman. I'm talking about National Assembly people now. If you can find out how their life be before they become chairman of that committee. Now, what I say is multifaceted is that before, from the presidency down, defense money is being Dasuki, you don't forget.
I remember. $2 billion.
That's one corruption. Then come down lower to the PSOs. That's another corruption. These people now are the ones below the service chiefs and the IGP. Now come down again to the COs. That's why you see everywhere where they like their CO, that place or that battalion or that brigade, they always succeed. Why? Their money is 3K to eat every day, which is not even sufficient. You have been given, some soldiers don't know that their money is 3K to eat every day. They have been collecting the 1,000 that they give them on 1,500 in some cases. That lieutenant colonel or colonel is the one chopping the remaining money.
Remaining balance.
Yes. They bring, who will sign off your arms and ammunition? It's from your GOC down like that, down like that, down like that. Now, when soldiers tell you, say, we are expecting 12 tanks or 15 tanks and then 8 reachers, where do you think the rest went to? But you see, on that level now, as I said, it's stage by stage by stage. I don't want to talk about the ones
with multifaceted, like you said. It's all hydra-headed, too many heads.
It's hydra-headed. So, but there is one thing. The moment the one at the top stops, the one on the bottom automatically goes stop. Do you understand? The moment the one on the top stops, the one on the bottom. For example, let's go back to people back in the day, even though they will say, oh, Nigeria is not the same. Was it not a question that IBB asked, where is Anini, that he asked IGP? They caught Anini in a week. This is the same Anini where bullet not the entire body. Abi?
That was the story. But bullet not the entire body. But the meant IBB was interested in him. They caught him in a week. You're right.
He asked IGP, say, where is Anini? He go in a week. Anini where bullet not the entire body. You said, let me go back. They caught Mohammed Yusuf in 6 days. I was in Borno State when they caught Mohammed Yusuf. That's the first time I was seeing tanks. That's the first time I was seeing tanks with my own eye. Well, I'm used to gunshots because I grew up in Lagos. I'm used to gunshots. You know, in traffic, all these stupid police, they're carrying money. If you're in Lagos,
and you just bend your head.
But they caught Mohammed Yusuf in 6 days.
Just bend.
They caught Mohammed Yusuf in 6 days. Let's go to the Udi. I know a lot of people don't like talking about Udi, but a lot of times too, if you are commander-in-chief, they killed a lot of naval personnel. They went back and dropped the town. Now, yes, they kill children, they kill women and all this. Yes. But I mean, you know, they killed, that's why Obasanjo keeps telling you, they killed my soldiers. What they're supposed to do?
They killed my soldiers. They killed my soldier. They killed 7 of my soldiers. I sent there for peace or whatever. And what do you want me to do?
It's not training. These people, idiots keep coming to say, oh, Like I'm talking about idiots in government now. They'll come and tell you they need motivation. You need to motivate the troops. You need to equip the troops. You need to do equip the troops. Then the same people will tell you that, oh, Nigeria went and stabilized Liberia. So the two soldiers, you think they are different soldiers. Some of the soldiers that went and stabilized those places, maybe a lot of them are retired now. They are still in the service. When they try to do what
active coup was going on in Benin. Active coup was going on in Benin. Nigeria stopped it.
Did you see how they stopped the coup?
Do you know how many fighter jets they flew to Benin Republic?
Air Force was in the air like this. I even heard one analyst saying that he's a retired soldier. He was saying he's surprised how they took off from Murtala Mohammed Airport, because once you take off with that kind of jet, before you know you don't enter Benin. How they were able to maneuver was fantastic. Now, by going in Borno State, they go call Air Force Tire. Air Force they go call. They go call this brigadier general that just died some months ago. This Brahima, he was on the phone he was on radio with the pilot. Pilot went back. Yes, he came the first time. He said it wasn't low visibility. He went back. He do radio again. Blast them because there are people in the APC with him now. The pilot came, he ran back. So anytime you hear soldiers even tell you, if you put your mind for Air Force, that one is your problem. But when Air Force shows up, these guys don't have Air Force now. See what Burkina Faso and Mali are doing with drones. One helicopter, I don't know if you saw the Malian video, where one helicopter was chasing terrorists on bikes.
I saw it.
One helicopter, people were hailing in the street. They have, how many do they have? We have 12, 13, 14, of one type of helicopter. We have another. This Yoruba girl that was a junior pilot, she was a trainee pilot. Tolulope, I think, or Ariola or something that was her name. Arotile, what did she do? She heard her colleagues were killed somewhere. Now, not necessarily directly her colleagues, but soldiers. This girl was a trainee. That Apache helicopter she entered has 2 people operating it. She entered it alone. She defied the orders of an AVM, which is the 2-star general, and entered a plane out of anger and went and leveled the Boko Haram place and came back.
A week later, she died.
The female, now, the funny thing here is that Boko Haram did not kill her.
No.
She did 5 years with NDA. That one no kill her.
No.
Oh, her friends saw her on the way inside the barracks. She was jogging. They made the reverse. As the guy reversed, he hit her. She sustained head injuries.
Reverse of a cow killed somebody just like that.
So,
they reversed and hit her to the wall.
America is here. America is here. That's why also, let's stop blowing hot air up. Anyway, for lack of a better term, let's stop blowing hot air up these people's ass, these Americans. Even these operations you are seeing that they are taking out, it always has a direct interest to what they want. America is here. Let's assume Nigeria is confused. Yesterday, Israel and Nigeria signed agreements about security, about economy, they're here, they're all here. France Day. There is a French guy in uniform every day when they are doing meetings. All these military guys are doing meetings in uniform. There are Americans there, there are British there. But 20% with Oyo, there's nothing in Oyo that they need. So they just, okay, maybe they will give 1 or 2 advice. But go where they have interest, and you see how they operate. So this thing is it passed. But me, one thing I don't like that people.
So we just have compromised leadership. Therefore, we are.
Yes, they don't know what to. They are talking about collateral damage. They are talking about collateral damage. Not be the teacher they behave. Is that not collateral?
It is.
So whichever way you end, do you know why the terrorists? Do you know why they told that woman to do that video?
Yep.
That they are getting angry. They are scared.
They are also scared. That's the point.
They are scared. That's why they told us to do that video.
They made contact with them. They panicked.
Yes, they are scared. Once they even get sober, that's it. We'll come and see Boko Haram begging for their life, saying that they will never do this.
I mean, look at it up to this moment, right? They threatened that because they wanted to come and rescue them by force, they were going to kill one of them. And the woman said they've taken one of them away. They dare not even kill that person up to this moment.
Good. They are scared. So what are you saying about it? They don't know how to enter. They don't know which. We have Air Force alone. They have almost 50 drones, but instead they bomb civilians.
Big Mo.
That effort alone.
Thank you so much. Right? You and I can possibly do this all night, as usual, right? I always love your chats because we are, we're always like picking them one after the other, which makes it interesting, though, right? Thanks so much, Papa. Right? Have a good
night.
Bless you. So that's Big Mo, brethren. I am going to take a short break because I need to go and see you one day. She's been quiet, and that's strange. So I'm going to be back in about 2 minutes, all right? However, in the situation we found ourselves now, and the kind of a panic is already created, or it is creating as well, where people are always being suspected. This happened, right? I think it's in Ekiti, where these two young women, they were working for government. They said they were counting shops and people, kind of like a census or something they are doing. But people just won't have it. Because why are you wearing a job? Why are you going from one house to house? People are apprehensive, kind of. You know what I mean? Please watch this. I'll take it off in a minute.
police station bẹ́ẹ̀ adẹ̀dẹ́bẹ̀ hard copy lẹ́tà ta print wá ní àdúrọ̀pù ẹ̀ fún wọn wọ́n lè gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn sọ pé ká lọ kárí iṣẹ́ wa tábàdẹ̀ ti dé shop o census o anka shop ni o population ni o anka shop ni o if you like you will allow us and if you do not like you will not allow us. And then fine ẹ wà security conscious ẹ lè rojú tá ìrírí kẹ ẹ sọ pé kìíní gbọgbà tá rẹ ti appear sí bí eléèbí ni o àti lọ bí báyìí àti lọ bá ẹ lè wá crate sí ló wà lórí báàgì wa lélẹ́yìí à ń ṣiṣẹ́ títí wa ní a ní tíṣà làwọn méjèèjì tábàdẹ̀ ti kúrò níṣẹ́ wa a tún fi lè ṣe side hustle gbogbo adó láti ṣe àṣẹwà sí bíi it's not only we o. Ṣẹ́ni tó ń lò já ẹja ní sùúrù.
Ẹni sùúrù ṣebí wọ́n béèrè question lọ́wọ́ ẹni sùúrù wọ́n béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín ni. Èmi kọ́ ló béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín ni.
Wọ́n ṣe bí olóyè ìlú bẹ́ẹ̀ ibi tí mo tẹ̀yẹ sí àdúgbò kan ni mo dá ẹ̀gbìn bẹ́ẹ̀. Èmi tí mo béèrè kan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ kan tí mò ń béèrè. Sípù. Tí o bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn mọ́ mi. Àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́pàá kọ́lá dúró tán. Ṣé ẹ ní ID card? Mú ID card á lẹ́tà ẹ̀ nìkan lọ́wọ́ fún wa lẹ́tà ẹ̀ la máa ń lò. Anybody lè forge letter from anywhere. Yes. So ẹ jẹ́ ká wà sísẹ́ fúnra wa this is Nigeria ìlú dẹ̀ lé báyìí so pé ẹ̀ ń ya fọ́tò ọ̀kẹ́ wọ́n ya fọ́tò no tẹ́ bá máa ṣe orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn whoever tó bá send yìí ó yẹ kó provide
identity means of identification. And this is not even office hour.
Ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin méjì ò kàn lè déédéé wá.
We are four.
We are four. Ó yẹ kẹ́ ní ID card.
Yes. They are working on it because it's a better share.
Kókó ẹ̀kọ́ ní lọ́wọ́ kọ́ máa without ID card. Lẹ́tà yẹn kò yẹ lẹ́tà yóò lè wọ́ọ̀kì nílà rẹ̀ bí ẹ ti sọ yẹn.
Lẹ́tà ò cover yín o.
Lẹ́tà ò cover yín. Kí lorúkọ ẹ̀? Kó print kó type ẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ máa ní ìkíní. For ID card yẹn ẹni ní sọ̀kà ti ká yàrá.
It's for your own safety. For your own safety.
Ẹ̀bá fẹ́ ṣe census àti awareness àti wà lórí rédíò àti wà wọ́n ti fẹ́.
Àwọn báyìí wọn máa káàkiri o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́rù báyìí o. Ẹ má jẹ́.
Ni mo tún jẹ́ adviser sí local government mi. Gẹ́gẹ́ tí mi báyẹn. Adviser ni mo jẹ́ sí local government ní ọ́fíìsì mi. Orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ ti send letter wá sí local government. Chairman of the local government awa aware irú àwa tàbí adviser tó yà wá ẹsẹ̀ gbogbo wa tá a wà lọ́dọ̀ government. Àwọn olóyè ìlú awa aware ẹ̀ kò lè dédé wá kẹ́ máa wọ ṣọ́ọ̀bù oníkálukú ẹ̀ máa lẹ́ ń
If they say no,
kò sọ́mọ ìlú kankan láàrin yín.
irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sì wọ́n á yan àwọn ọmọ ìlú pẹ̀lú yín wọ́n á yan àwọn ọmọ ìlú tó bá rí àwọn ọmọ ìlú
wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe kò ń ṣe lẹ́gà
any action tó bá take lé yín lórí kí ara ètò wọ́n wà justify ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ṣe ti dáadáa because ẹ̀ kàn lè dédé wọ ìlú irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò tí sí advice ọ̀nì ẹ̀ pé wọ́n ṣe census
kò sí social media kò sí
mẹ́ lórí social media gan kò sí advice níbẹ̀. So
and the company does not have office in Nado in Ekiti.
So it's very, very wrong. It's very dangerous.
But èèyàn mélòó ló fẹ́ sọ pé òun mọ̀?
Nítorí oṣù ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi ládó every time mi ò dẹ̀ tí ìlú kọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹni báyìí board member ni fún gómìnà. Board member ni
irú ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń bá sísè sọ́ba ẹ̀ kò lé òun wúmọ̀ ẹ ló kọ̀.
Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba as well. So those ladies accosted the ladies in hijab who were going from house to house, shop to shops, and they said they were counting shops, they were counting people. So people suspected them to be spies. This is strange. We don't even know you guys. Who are you? So they claimed to be teachers who are doing a side hustle. And that side hustle is to conduct census of shops. So there was no ID card presented in a way. I mean, not in that video, but they claim to have received a letter of authorization or something from the police. That wasn't enough. So people are very much security conscious now in Yorubaland. I just thought I should say that. Okay. So we are still hoping that those who are trying to rescue these abducted children are not just only to rescue them safely. We've lost one of them, which is that teacher, right? However, we wouldn't want to lose anyone, okay? So we will be hopeful that they will rescue them safely. And not just that, and this is the first and the last time it is going to happen. A lot of people don't probably believe it is going to be the last time because the security lapses that led to this, okay, it's still very much available. It's still very much existing. Therefore, there is no new miracle that will be performed that will likely change the course of things. I understand that kind of like a pessimism, right? But somehow, we all have the right to be optimistic as well, because without it, I mean, we can't be hopeless. Then we're going to resort to self-help. We are already at the stage of resorting to self-help, and self-help is so dangerous. It's like jungle justice. Anyone can become victims. I'm talking about people who have nothing to do with this. Will later become victims of it. But again, let's try something else. Or hang on. There is one guy who was also talking about it at the National Assembly. Right? Is Wamata Kada. Is the former governor of Sokoto, I think, who retired to the Nigerian Senate. He's been in government since 1999. All right? His own view.
My dear colleagues, Aliyu M. Wamako are my names, Sokoto North. President, I rise to ably scan this motion ably moved by my brother, Bahari Patai. But President, my concern here is story of abduction or kidnapping are not new to this chamber. They have come repeatedly, and discussions were held, including a seminar on this very menace of abduction and kidnapping in our country. Mr. President, my answer is that we need to fine-tune our plans and actions with regard to this issue of kidnapping and abduction of innocent Nigerians across the entire country. It is just Kwara or Oyo, whatever. It has already been a problem, a national problem across the entire nation now. There could be kidnapping anywhere in Nigeria. But what are we doing wrong now that what we need to do right? What question do we need to ask ourselves so that this issue can be brought to final end and real end? Because we can do it as a nation. I believe we can do it. Merely talking about it, making headlines, it then solve the problem. There should be a constructive action and plan forward for us to overcome this menace in our dear country. Mr. President, we had enough of these stories about this banditry kidnapping in our country. It's now a matter of years and years and years. And now it is expanding. Initially, it was just in a few elements of the southeast. It took up to maybe northeast, northwest, north central. Now it is the entire, it's now the entire country. Mr. President, I think this chamber needs to again reconvene solely with the idea or the intention of finding a solution to this menace,
Nuisance, Lele.
They should reconvene again to bring idea and solution to this problem. It is just a theater of absurdity. Trust me. Okay? National clowns. Meanwhile, talking about national clowns, okay, something happened yesterday, right? At their House of Representatives. You know, these guys have been jumping from this party to that party, confusing themselves and the rest of that, right? So the guy called Ugo Chinyere, okay, decided to vie for the position of House leader, the opposition leader, together the minority leader is called. Then he called his colleagues and the rest of them to kind of other opposition guys to support him, and they got their support. Presented that at on the floor of the Senate, on the floor of their House of Representatives, right, to get it kind of like approved, and he will become the minority leader until one of the guys who was supposed to have signed this, this letter of making this guy the minority leader of the Nigerian House of Representatives said no, he didn't sign anything. In fact, he strongly believed that his signature was forged, and that creates kind of a scenario, a drama, actually, on the floor of their House of Representatives. I'll show you.
Honorable Nadese, can you sit down? Sit down, please. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I never did that. No, I never did that. I never did that. No. Mr. Speaker, I never did that. Nobody will tell me to sit down. No, I never did that. Order. Can you sit down, please? Order, please. Honorable Nadese, I did not permit you to speak. Please, can you sit down?
If you refuse it now, they will say try to order, please.
bring back our what? Crazy people. So Ugochinyere Ikenga Imo is the one who wants to be minority leader. Picked up his nomination form to be minority leader, and then collected the signatures of other opposition members who signed his form. Now, when he presented it, one of them, which is Philip Agbesa, claimed that he never signed anything like that. He didn't sign any, That kind of created the drama. So Ugo Chinyere Ikenga decided to release the evidence where Philip Agbesa was actually signing the form. So what changed that caused that drama? It is easier for him to have probably just withdrawn his signature and say, you know what, I'm withdrawing my signature, I'm not giving it again, than to accuse him of forgery. So that one called release CCTV. The story about change.
My name is Honorable Chief Dr. Philip Agbese. I represent the good people of Ado, Okpoku, Ogbarigbo Federal Constituency of Benin State. Mr. Speaker, the person who signed this document, Honorable Sheyi, I have not seen him since December 2025. For my signature to be used for purposes which not intended.
Colleague Agbese made some weighty allegations before every member here. Mr. Speaker, my brother arrived from Benue late for our meeting, met me in the office, in the presence of some of my colleagues that I will bring forward, and voluntarily, on his own and independently, pledged and signed my nomination for the post of minority leader.
No! I never did.
Clowns, though. So yes, he denied it until they presented the CCTV. And I'm like, just withdraw your support and say, you know, I'm not giving you again. That saves everyone than to make such allegations. But it is Nigerian politicians, rogues. I'm talking about Nigerian politicians. Well, maybe we should talk about their supporters too. Look at these women looting drinks at one of the APC events in Enugu this afternoon. They couldn't wait for the drinks to be shared. They looted everything. And that was in Enugu, at Gbagi in Ibadan. Today, it's a different story. Theirs is they saw a politician, and somehow they just, because everybody is kind of agitated right now, right? And they decided that it won't pass. So this happened in Ibadan. You know Gbagi Market, Abi? Yeah, this. They were blocking them from passing. All right. They allowed others to pass, but when they sighted this convoy of a politician, probably a lawmaker, they blocked the entire place, right? And from Warri, there's a problem going on between the Yorubas, the Jaws, and the Shekiris over who is the owner of Warri. And somehow they are currently, some are pushing for the delineation of the Warri land in a way that, I don't know, INEC is kind of like delineating them. So some of this part of Warri land will be cut off to this part and will be on the other side. You know what that means? It's, where they can say this local government area is no longer in the west, it's now in the east, sort of. That's creating a problem right now in Delta states on its own. And then they are already at the verge of going to war, fighting themselves. And what makes it even worse is that they believed that those who are pushing for the delineation to cut off part of Warri State to other part of other people, or to cut their land from, that fight over land, they are blaming Remi. Remi Werekwe, Remi Ahmed Tinubu Rat, as the one who is trying to cause problem, or I don't know, until I saw a video of these chiefs warning Remi. Watch it.
The first lady, Remi Tinubu, is sitting in Abuja there. Instead of busy about taking care of her husband in the kitchen, interfering in Warri affairs. Yeah, children are being kidnapped in Oyo State. Children are kidnapped in northern Nigeria. As a mother, she has no feelings. Is that the woman who calls herself a mother? No. Is that what we call a mother? No. Is that what we call a mother? No. She should take care of her responsibility by taking care of her husband and her children. Yeah. She has no place in the office of the presidency. Yeah. There's no constitutional provision for her. Yeah. We are not missing words at this point. Our blood is not bleeding. We are tired of all this nonsense from the Shekiris. No matter who is it, we are prepared for it. Let the nation know that we are prepared. Thank you very much. God bless all of you. Thank you very much. The allowance of Warri, I should never them go far away from them very quickly.
Here I am. Oh, you want the first lady to stay away. That is the Vex lady of Nigeria. Let me work with. I would like to show you what happened today. I mean, the fifth day of Bring Back Our Children that is rocking some part of Nigeria now, especially Oyo State. The young people in Ogbomosho have already gone out to advise traders that from tomorrow, they would want them not to open any stall because things probably is about to get, out of hand in that sense. So then we have those who also still honored the continuation of this protest. I matched them together like that, okay? But before I show you, because it's a long watch, I need to remind you that, please, if you haven't liked the broadcast, right, you can take a moment and do that now, okay? Like the broadcast and then maybe share it. then you can continue engaging with the video. Okay, your comments and all of that, good. But please like the broadcast. It is quite important. Thank you. Now let us go back to the day 5. First, Oriyomi Hamzat's own warning is in Yoruba.
Wọ́n ní kò sílé ìwé mọ́ tí àwọn olùkọ́ tí wọ́n lọ kọ́ ọmọ níwèé tí wọ́n pa àwọn tó wà láyé tí wọ́n fi padà dénú wọn. Àwọn náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn. Lẹ́yìn tá a ti ilé ìwé pa, níjọba ọ̀bá tètè bá wá nǹkan ṣe sí, á tún ti ọjà pa. Àní jẹ́ mọ́tò orí mọ́. Ìdí tí òbí jẹ́ wípé mo ti jáde ṣáájú àkókò ìmí pé gbogbo nǹkan wọ́n ti sọ̀dọ̀ òṣèlú. Wọ́n lè nítorí òṣèlú la fi jáde. Ṣùgbọ́n àwa ẹlẹ́rara ni wá. Ìwà ìmoore lèèyàn fi lè sọ pé torí òṣèlú la fi ṣe. Torí wọ́n mọ bá ti ṣe bọ̀ ṣáájú àkókò yìí. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wa wà níwà nínú àhámọ́ kálámọ́ jọjà kìíní yòdò. Torí pé kírù kẹ́bẹ́ má bàa ṣẹlẹ̀ náà la fi jáde wípé a fẹ́ sìlú. Mo wá rọ̀ yìí, a kó sínú mọ́tò wa báyìí. Oníkálukú wa á padà sílé wa àwọn àmọ́ sọ pé a dúpẹ́ àwa tí a bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ ìwọ́de tó lọ lọ́wọ́ mo sọ fún yín pé ààyè wà láti darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú aṣọ ilé kìí ṣe aṣọ táwọ̀ ní kí wọ́n má sọ pé torí òṣèlú làwọn fi ń ṣèwọ́de.
So Oriyomi Hamzat and his own supporters sending a message to the government that, you know, schools have been shut already. Markets will be shut too. And movement will be shut as well. So before things get to that stage, they should bring back the children. Now let's go to their protest ground. From Lagos to Abuja and also to Ogbomoso, Oyo State. People are still clamoring for the free and bring back our children. Watch this.
Go and get your voter card. 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 Pass me. Go and get your voter card. Go and get your voter card. Go and get your voter card. 2027. People must go.
Ẹ má jẹ́ ká sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. Ẹ jáde síta ẹ̀yọ̀ ọmọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Ẹ jáde síta ẹ̀yọ̀ ọmọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Kò ní sí káràkátà ní ọjọ́ Monday ní ìlú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Jákèjádò ilẹ̀ ìlú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ kò ní sí káràkátà. Ẹ jáde síta. Ẹ jáde.
Chisomu, ẹ máa open Monday o.
Ẹ wo, ó ti pásítọ̀ láti mú ògbógbó. Àbísẹ́lẹ̀ ni o. They play. Àwọn olórí ibú gbogbo. Gbogbo wa là lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ bí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́. Gbogbo wa là lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Gbogbo wa là lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Gbogbo wa là lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ.
Is a criminal. To the forest to rescue our children with all of this ammunition. But they are stopping us from heading and going into the villa. We will not stop. Tinubu must go. If you cannot be competent, you will leave this country. Can you imagine? See them. The security is around. So you get all this security and you cannot deploy them to the forest to bring our children for over 2 weeks. Free our children. Free our children. Free our children. Free our children. Where are our children? Where are our children? Where are our children? Where are our children? We want our children back. We want our children back. We want our children back. We are no longer afraid. If our children are in the bush, what else is there to be afraid of? What else is there to be afraid of? You want to kill us? Go ahead and kill us. Shoot us. Kill us. We are not cowards. We are not cowards. That's Black Boy. That's Black Boy. supposed to shoot us. And that's showing it. Come on, join like that. Come on, join us. Uniform is no barrier. Come on, join us. You be police. You carry on. Uniform is no barrier. Come on, join us.
Come and join us. So that was all that went down today. They attempted to take the protest straight to the front of the Asshole Rock. But, as usual, they had all the zombie, oh zombie, zombie, oh zombie. Zombie no go unless you tell them to go. Zombie. Zombie no go come unless you tell them to come. Zombie. Zombie no go jump except you tell them to jump. Zombie. So they were there to prevent them from advancing. And they are willing to carry out violent attack against those unarmed peaceful protesters. That's day 5. In Abeokuta, the traditionalists, the Oshun worshippers, have also joined the campaign for the release of these abducted school children and their teachers in their own traditional way, praying and at the same time calling on the government get these children back. From Abeokuta.
In the bank, because many people are dying, everything are doing. Pressure ti wà, Maso Yoruba, gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà, èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ, ṣé ìlú lé in the bank.
Pressure ti wà. It is everywhere. So I just want us to remember that as we are crying, we are also seeing. We should be seeing. Do you get what I mean? So let everybody stay security conscious. It is very important this time. Do not go or travel to places where you can easily avoid. Trust me. Ransom money this time around is not even enough. People are now acknowledging the trauma of being kidnapped by these evil terrorists, so to say. I've seen the videos of where they were sexually, assaulting, they were raping their victims. Saw that video and other horrible things they were doing to them. You know what I mean? So that is one reason why you should not take any risk, unnecessary risk at this time. Not like everybody is probably safe in any way, but be security conscious as much as possible. Mind where your loved ones are. And if you can check on them every now and then, please do. It's important. And make sure you keep hammering it to their ears that, hey, it is no longer just about the ransom money anymore. It is what they would do to you. And stay safe. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I'm grateful for the evening, by the way. I mean, we've had quite a good conversation so far. However, I'm going to wrap it up now. See you another time, right? So thank you so much for your time, the callers, the commenters, the sharers, and everyone. I will see you another time. Please join me. But please don't forget, right? Like the broadcast before you go. And you all have a good night. Odaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Mayegun dayari politico.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nàmbà wá.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.